Ellos tienen un récord mundial sobre muchos maratones seguidos, son 366 maratones seguidos día a lo largo de 366 días. Así que bendiciones, abrimos con una entrevista sencilla sobre todo el impulso que tienen estos dos queridos amigos y pioneros de las frutas.
Well, with the run around Australia, that came into being as an idea because we had 13 years before, we were already felt as if we had a healthy lifestyle, but I had a diagnosis of cancer, and that was a real wake-up call that there was more to helping yourself be healthy, and so from that we made a lot of different conscious lifestyle choices, including the food we eat and the exercise that we do, and right through to how we think and our actions throughout the day. So in looking at that, we started to think that it was better to be completely vegan, that's not having any animal products in our diet, because for one, they're not healthy for us, and for two, they're certainly not healthy for the animals, and we love animals, so we make that connection between eating meat as actually eating animals, and when you think of it that way, it gives you a different perspective. So we took animal products completely out of our diet, and then with the diagnosis of cancer, I was only given 6 months to live at that time, and I was offered various treatments, but I really wanted to, I didn't want to die in 6 months, and so what do you know? So we started looking into other ways that, could help the body to heal itself. And the short story is that within that 6 months I was completely clear of cancer. So with that experience, it's such a life-changing experience that we wanted to share that information with as many people as possible. So we opened up a wellness center. At the time we were in Canada, and we shared as much as we could. And during that process of looking to what I needed to do for the body was to have 100% the best and most nutrients from the food I was eating. And so to do that, if you don't cook the food, then you're getting all the nutrients from the food. And so that's why we went completely 100% raw and into just fruits and vegetables. No extra supplements. We just get everything, all our nutrients from the food. And having as much as you can possibly have, eating it in abundance. But for me, in the healing process, I was also juicing to get more of it, so that to help the body to rejuvenate, which it did. And so here we are 13 years, almost 14 years later. And
that was in 2000 then?
Yes.
2001.
Yes, pretty much. So there's more to the story, but shooting forward to what we did last year, when we moved to Australia, we're at a point where we really wanted to share our experiences and the knowledge that we had gained from living a conscious lifestyle to as many people as we possibly could for as long as we could, to bring that really positive message out there. And so we decided that if we spent a year running around the continent, then people are going to take notice, and they're going to start asking, well, how can you do that? And when they find out that we're doing it on raw, plant-based diet,
where do you get your protein?
Yes, they want to know more. And so really the idea was to show by example what is possible. And even though what we did was considered extreme. We know that anything even beyond that, it's unlimited what the possibilities are for the human body and the human mind to take you wherever you want to go, so long as you're making those wonderful conscious lifestyle choices. So that's where the run came in.
Well, blessings. Please tell us about your books, your experience telling other people your own path.
Yes, so I've written 2 books, and the first one explains a lot about my journey with cancer and my journey into a raw vegan lifestyle, conscious lifestyle, and sharing in a way that people can resonate with what a person goes through when you have not only a diagnosis of cancer, but any kind of disease in the body, and how it's possible to help yourself. And then going through into the ways that you can transition into a more conscious lifestyle with the diet, with the exercise, with everything that you do in your own lifestyle, and how that can make such a huge difference. So that one is called Raw Can Cure Cancer, and it really, you can change that last word, cancer, to any word at all, because it can, and it's not just about the raw food. It's the raw courage of believing in yourself and believing in your body's innate capability of taking care of you, and also the raw standing for being in a more natural state. So that's what that book goes through. And when that came out, it came out when we were halfway around Australia, so we didn't really promote it very much, but it sold out very quickly once it hit the Amazon.com, and so we now have the second edition, and that's out. We released it here at Woodstock, so that's out, and it will be available probably within a month, through Amazon and also through our website. So the other book I've written is After the Run, and it's based on the run. So every single day there's an account of how far we ran, where we went, what we encountered, what we thought, what our food was, all those different things. And it's interesting because as it goes through things, you can see the change in the different, different ways of how it came from being, more of a physical challenge to a mental challenge. And so that's in the book. There's also a lot of information about the reason why we did it, how we want to bring that positive message to as many people as possible, and not only for our own health, the health of human beings, but the environment and the animals, and the overall conscious lifestyle that will make a difference to, how we survive as human beings. And also it has images from the run, some colored pictures, and some black and white, and some recipes at the back. So recipes from the road, and how we were able to make really delicious recipes out of just maybe 3 ingredients sometimes, and how we were able to run a marathon every single day for 366 days on raw fruit and vegetables.
Blessings.
Oh, and sorry, it's called Running Out of Time.
Running out of time. Corriendo fuera de tiempo.
Yeah, so when we were on the run, it's a bit different to now, because now we're not burning 3,000 to 4,000 calories a day. But on the run we were burning at least 4,000 calories a day. Our main staple diet was really bananas, you have to say that, because bananas are so easy to digest, Each little banana is about 100 calories. So if you have 30 bananas, that sounds like a lot. There's 3,000 calories.
And we were burning more than that every day. So.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
So 4,000 we were burning at least.
Yeah.
So the other things we ate, just roughly, we had lots of oranges, lots of apples, lots of pineapples, peaches, mangoes.
Grapes, you say?
Grapes, yeah, grapes are good because they're just so juicy and so easy to digest, full of sugar. And we're running on sugar really, that's the main thing we need. And then at the end of the day often we would have an avocado, and maybe some olives or sun-dried tomatoes, just a few. And then usually finish the day with a large salad.
Lots of greens.
Yeah, with lots of greens and tomatoes and that sort of thing. But the way we had our food was really, before we started each morning, at 4 o'clock we would get up in the morning, 4 a.m. We'd make a large smoothie out of bananas and grapefruit. Grapefruit seems to be a good thing first thing in the morning. So we'd make a grapefruit and banana smoothie and we'd drink that before we left. In the beginning we were walking down the road with bananas and grapefruit. It wasn't that easy. So we decided to have it before we left. And it goes into your stomach really easy and quickly and then into your bloodstream. Then after about 4 or 5 miles, speaking miles,
kilometers.
Oh.
So after 8 or 10 kilometers, we would stop and we had some more bananas because they were easy. Our vehicle would catch up with us and they'd pass us a few bananas. That was just a quick stop. The next stop, about another 8 kilometers further on, we'd have a big green smoothie. That was our chance to get some good greens for the day, and more bananas and any other fruit that was lying around.
Maybe
mango.
a mango.
Yeah, whatever was
mangoes.
available. Because
Just-
we had, coming up the East Coast, there was a plentiful tropical fruits. It was summertime, so we just were really on fruits. And then as we went around, it got more sparse, so we had to adapt.
Yeah, but a typical day up the East Coast, and that was that. And then we do another 8K, and then usually we might have a large meal of oranges. And oranges seem to be good at the end of almost the end of the day.
Yeah.
So we could have anything up to 10 oranges, and our crew would cut them up for us so we could eat them nice and quickly. And then that kept us going to the last stop. And like I said before, the last stop, if we could, we'd always have a vegetable juice, because that's a good time of the day to have something a bit more solid, even though it's a juice. So we'd have carrots and beetroot and ginger perhaps, and a wee bit of apple.
And some green stalks
Yeah, and some green stalks. Any stalks left over from the day.
from making smoothies.
Yeah, and maybe some celery, that sort of thing. And that was it. And we had our large salad at the end of the day, and that was it.
So it's low fat,
Yes.
raw vegan, or
Yes.
high carbohydrate,
That's
Yes.
right.
raw
Yeah.
vegan diet.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And-
sugar is good for health.
Yeah.
Sugar is good for
Fruit
for
sugar, natural
athletic
sugar.
performance.
Yeah.
Sugar is
Yeah.
natural sugar.
That's right, yes.
And we always knew if we were having enough, because if we weren't having enough, our weight would start to go down a bit. And we had some scales. Every day we'd weigh ourselves, same time of the day, to see what was happening. And for the first 3 months we did lose a little bit of weight, actually quite a bit of weight. It didn't worry us at all, we just looked a little thin, but we felt really good. And then after that we maybe increased a little bit more protein, maybe some more nuts, seeds, that sort of thing. And then we found in the last 3 months we were actually putting on the weight. So even though we were running still a marathon every day, we were able to put on weight. And I can tell you, quite honestly, that the last 50 marathons were much easier
Yes.
than the first 50.
Yes.
Yeah, because the first 50, I think we were still training, getting used
Because
to the idea.
it's never been done
Yeah.
like that before, so we didn't really know how it was going to go, and
The last ones
we're
were like a ripe mango, ready to eat.
Very good.
Yes.
And plus we could see the end in sight. The end was just there.
as we were counting down.
Agradecemos a Janet y a Alan, frutales amigos, deportistas que tienen una larga carrera recorrida de salud y saludos, comer para sanar. Bendiciones de frutas y verduras.